Welcome. Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity. Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity. Welcome. Grand Rising this morning, this rising. I'm gonna do a wonderful morning message today for the people. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining. Right here, I have some soursop juice. So yes, soursop juice is phenomenal for our health, for cleansing our body, for detoxing our body. We gotta have that soursop juice to really revitalize our temple and feel better. So soursop juice. This is a major key. You know, for our health and well-being, we gotta have that soursop juice. So much love, Donnie. What's good, Donnie? Welcome, Grand Rising. Yeah, I'm starting off my day right. Breathing great, you know what I'm saying? Counting my blessings. Slept great, you know what I'm saying? Eight over 8 hours of sleep, you know. Everybody else they were partying, they were drinking, they were making lots of noise. For me, I was asleep. I was spending time with God, and sleep is also great for our mind. We cleanse our mind. Like when you sleep, that heals your brain, literally. Like the fluid that's like, it washes your mind when you're having that deep sleep, that REM sleep. So it's scientifically proven that we need rest, we need our sleep. And soursop juice, also, like I was saying, this will help to, yeah, reset. Much love, Donnie. Soursop juice helps to really flush out a lot of toxins from the body. You know, Soursop juice will cleanse your bloodstream, like for real. And this is pure soursop juice, 100%, not from concentrate, no added sugar, no processed anything. You know, so when you drink, clean juices, coconut water, herbal teas, sea moss, you're taking your watermelon, your mango, you're staying hydrated with lots of water. This is how you flush out waste from your body. It could be parasites. You could flush out different toxins, parasites, worms, inflammation from the body, heavy metals from the bloodstream. A lot of people, they have a lot of chemicals. They have a lot of chemicals, a lot of heavy metals in their bloodstream, and they need a detox, a serious detox. But soursop juice, this is one effective natural remedy method to really flush out the waste and sickness from your body. This is a natural remedy, super powerful. You can Google the benefits of soursop juice, soursop leaves, and you will see the results. You of course have to change your diet, but soursop juice is very powerful for healing people with different ailments. I've witnessed it within myself, especially it'll help out with your colon cleansing, soursop juice. If you're real backed up, real clogged up, lots of digestive problems, you know, you need to be taking more herbs and drink some soursop juice, soursop tea, and you will flush the waste out your body. A lot of people, they are unaware that they are clogged up with junk. People have too much junk from eating too much. But when you learn to fast, go on a juice fast. Amen. Yeah, we gotta pay attention. Much love, KLC, and Donnie. Much love, y'all. Grand Rising. Welcome. Start the day off on the right foot. Stay hydrated. Also, a tip: when you wake up, enjoy your fast. Maybe break your fast later throughout the day. Everybody's different. Sometimes you can break your fast. You can have some grapes or some watermelon, some fruits in the morning in the rising time, but especially when you wake up, you need to make sure you're having your bowel movements, you're using the restroom, and you're flushing out the old waste. And then when you do break your fast, eat something clean. Like I said, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, watermelon, grapes. Seeded grapes are great also. Whenever I eat these seeded grapes, I get them a lot. It cleanses out your colon, your intestines, the seeds. So it's good, to eliminate parasites, eliminate all that old junk that's been trapped inside of us. The seeds helps to cleanse our gut, our stomach, on top of taking herbs, juices, exercising, all that stuff. It helps to really just flush out the old waste from the body. You know, you don't have to always just wake up rushing to go eat, because that's how you get clogged up with all this mucus in your nose, all this congestion. You feel all heavy, you feel all tired, you feel lazy just when you wake up, because your energy is affected in a bad way. But when you wake up right, when you wake up, harmoniously with responsibility, with the proper choices, juices, smoothies, water, herbal teas, fruits, what I'm saying? Stuff like that. That's how, you really see a better result, in your health and wellness journey. You got to put in that work. You got to put in that disciplined, strict work to really see the results and changes in your body. There's no shortcuts. There's no cheating. You got to go 100%, at your own pace. You don't have to rush or try to compete with anybody. But I'm telling you the facts. When you stay focused, when you stay strict, when you stay disciplined on your health, your nutrition, your diet, what you're intaking, what you're consuming, foods, beverages, you know, what you're watching, what you're listening to, who you're hanging out with, what environments you put yourself in. All this stuff is important. It doesn't matter what day it is. It doesn't matter if it's Sunday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday. It doesn't matter. You know, this is nonstop. This is a lifestyle. This is a commitment to God, to bettering your health, improving your health. So you got to go 100% in committing to improving your diet, improving your well-being, you know. So soursop juice is one of my favorite juices that's really helped me to flush out waste, mucus, inflammation from my body. That's why I have such a clear voice. I have such a clear respiratory system. I'm able to run, I'm able to breathe, I'm able to smile and be productive because I have a clean immune system. I have a strong immune system and I'm clean. I'm detoxed. I'm whole. I'm whole. I'm full. I'm rejuvenated. You know what I'm saying? Because I have wonderful natural remedies such as soursop juice. And this is one of my favorites I'm about to drink this morning, this rising with to break my fast. No, I don't need no coffee or no energy drinks. That's bad stimulation. Artificial stimulation is going to harm the body with chemicals. You know, you need to drink real juices, coconut water, spring water, sea moss, what I'm saying, other herbal detox teas. And this is how you will truly improve your health and well-being. You know, you can't be out here always just trying to pollute your body. You got to avoid the chemicals, avoid the poison, let go of the poison, you know, detox. That's what detoxing is letting go of the poison, letting go of the junk, the crap, processed, fake stuff. That's why most people are sick because they're constantly eating junk. They're eating poison. They're eating all this processed artificial stuff. That's what's keeping people sick. But when you eat real stuff, when you drink real juice, that's good. And yes, cannabis is phenomenal. Good question, Mr. Donnie. Good question. I love cannabis. In fact, my mentor, Dr. Sabi, rest in peace, Dr. Sabi, he spoke very highly about cannabis, about ganja, marijuana. It is a wonderful herb for us to heal. Dr. Sabi used marijuana to cure and heal many, many people, all of his patients, all of his clients. He used weed, the herbs to heal them. And I have videos of Dr. Sabi speaking positively about weed. And I've even had videos seeing Dr. Sabi smoking a joint when he's in his elder years. So weed is great. Many people we love, many other mentors, they love the ganja, the benefits of weed. It has a lots of benefits. Cannabis has so many different benefits. Ganja, marijuana, cannabis has many, many positive benefits, you know. medicinal, spiritual, recreational, all these different positive benefits. It cures so many different types of diseases, so many different types of sicknesses, illnesses. Cannabis is a wonderful, powerful herb, that anybody can use, from epilepsy to glaucoma to anxiety to depression. Some people have issues with, eating disorders, appetite. Cannabis helps out with all of that, and a whole lot more disorders, inflammation, pain, stress, what I mean, your heart, blood pressure, all types of stuff. Cannabis has a lot of solutions for people, so rice and pasta, call it Rasta. Okay, got that Rasta pasta. Nice, yes. Look at some wild rice and look at some chickpea pasta and look up some wild rice. Yeah, yeah. Get some more healthy food, Donnie. Good work, Donnie. Good work, Dexo and Donnie. Yes. Get that healthy food because it's an investment. It's an investment into our temple. Just like, you got a Lamborghini or you got a Rolls Royce or you got a you got a Bentley or you got a Bugatti or something like that, a fancy car, you want to give it the best quality fuel, in a Lamborghini and a Ferrari, you're going to put the best oil, the top tier, most premium oil, the top tier, best gas. You're going to put the best interior, the best, detailing work inside those fancy cars because it's a premium, higher end car. You got to treat it with care, treat it with respect. And that's how we have to honor our temple. We have to honor ourself, our body, with premium cell food, alkaline, electric, natural cell food. That's what we're designed to consume. It's the foods, alkaline substances that are going to revitalize the bloodstream. You know, our cells are electrical. We are electrical, carbon based beings. We're batteries. We are electrical, carbon based, alkaline beings. So, with that being said, our cells, we get rejuvenated, we get revitalized by consuming real natural substances, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, organic produce, real stuff that's going to give us power, that's going to give us energy, that's going to give us life. We have to have life, we have to have nourishment. We have to nourish our temple, you know. Yes, we got to nourish our temple with true nourishment, minerals. We need real minerals, real nutrients, minerals, vitamins, antioxidants, nutrients, minerals, vitamins. This is science. We have to go back to the basics. So get your mind thinking, hey, about the jungle, all those fresh fruits, vegetables, those plants, those leaves, those herbs. It's a high frequency, a lot of energy. That's what we need to fuel our body with. Whenever you see a big salad, it's a lot of life in that salad, and it's going to cleanse out mucus, cleanse out your colon, your gut, your digestion, and it's going to help you to look younger too because you're flushing out waste from the body and you're going to start thinking better when you eat better because you're going to improve your cardiovascular system, your heart health is going to improve, and your bloodstream, your blood vessels. You're going to clean out your blood from heavy metals, from toxins that might have been causing you to be lazy, lethargic, tired, but when you clean out your blood, you're going to get that premium, better energy, better, higher fuel, that's going to help you to think better, to live a higher quality of life when you consume more alkaline, electric cell food. This is science. So when you eat better, you think better, you live better, you're more calm, you're more grounded, you have more peace of mind, when you're eating better. A lot of times there's a lot of problems because people, they're harming themselves with toxic substances, with too much acid. When you have too much acid, acidic foods, acidic substances, that is damaging the body. Acids, just like a battery is alkaline. It's an alkaline battery. The same thing with us. Why would you put acid? It's going to harm you. It's going to pull your vibration down, and you're not going to be feeling as healthy, and you're not going to be doing as good. This is science. I'm telling you the truth. Sky Blackwell, ton authenticity. So listen, apply it on yourself, and you will notice the results. You will notice the changes within your body. The more you fast, the more you say no to that junk food, the more you say no to the fast food, the more you say no to the ice cream and all the desserts, the sugary sweets, the bakery treats, the donuts, the apple pies, the cakes, all that stuff. It takes discipline. It takes discipline. Just like you have to have discipline, whatever, with playing the piano, or playing basketball or weightlifting. Same thing with our diet. We have to be disciplined with our nutrition and with our diet to see results. You can't cheat the process. You got to put in that work day in, day out. It's a total body reset. Our body is becomes what we eat. When you eat good, you are going to feel good. But when you eat bad, you are going to look bad. You're going to be messed up. Your mind is going to be all out of whack. You're going to be all grumpy, all moody, all irritable. You're going to have all this bad vibes, and you're going to have a negative, hateful energy when you're consuming all this toxic stuff, all these chemicals, poisons, stuff that's making you sick. But when you're consuming blueberries, cucumbers, avocados, mushrooms, soursop juice, coconut water, sea moss smoothies, stuff like that, that is literally going to rejuvenate our body. That's going to help us to raise our pH level, and we live a better, happier life. Scientifically proven. You know, it's a total holistic reset, rejuvenation process. You know what I'm saying? You got to apply all the natural remedies to get out, to flush out all that waste, parasites, old dead weight inside the body, old cancer cells, harmful energy that you have within you, your heart. You got to heal your heart. Many people have a heavy heart. They have heavy, bitter hearts. You know what I'm saying? People wake up and they're like a monster. They are literally like a demon. People are running around like Satan. There are satanic people out there. They are sick. They're wicked, evil people out there because their body is all out of whack. They're disconnected. Spiritually, they're messed up, and they're consuming a bad diet. They have poor nutrition skills. They have a poor taste in their diet. They're constantly neglecting their nutrition, and that's when most of the world is suffering. They're just rushing around, going to a fast food joint, rushing to go get a burger, rushing to go get some French fries, rushing to go get a milkshake, rushing to go get some soda or alcohol. And just because it's quick and fast and cheap, it doesn't mean it's good. It doesn't mean it's good. Just because it's quick, fast, and cheap, it don't mean nothing. In fact, that means it's gonna set you back. You're gonna pay for it. But when you invest into real fruits, real vegetables, herbs, water, juices, herbs, fruits, vegetables, that is an investment that we're doing to our temple, a positive, energetic investment into our health, our well being. You have to consider healthy foods, whole foods. It's an investment, it's a positive energy exchange to help improve our immune system, to help us to live a higher quality of life, lose weight, and we're just going to develop a stronger immune system and live a better life, on all levels, So don't think, oh, healthy food is just so expensive. I can't buy it, this and that, yada, yada, yada. No, that's an excuse. That is an excuse because there's plenty of healthy resources that are affordable. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to worry about, how much it costs because people be paying plenty of money for a whole bunch of other stuff. People got a whole bunch of money for, junk food. People got money for junk food. People got money for makeup, for cars, for televisions, for all types of stuff. People got money for all types of foolish stuff, clothes, material possessions, you know, all types of crap. So you're able to afford some soursop juice or some strawberries or some avocados or watermelons. No excuses. That's my point. So much love, Donnie. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. Yeah. I'm concluding this message this morning, this rising. But like I said, health is wealth. Our body becomes what we eat. You know, our body becomes what we eat. Every 35 days, our body resets. It creates new cells from what we're consuming. So when you're consuming better foods, clean fruits, clean vegetables, juices, spring water, coconut water, sea moss, real natural minerals, real natural fresh produce, vitamins, nutrients. This is going to totally transform your body for the better. You will transform your body for the better and you will become healthier, you know, by what you eat. Your diet, your nutrition is very key. There's no shortcuts, there's no secrets. You just gotta put in that work and you will see the results. You gotta every day cleanse your blood. Thank you. Appreciate you, Donnie. Appreciate you, Donnie. Yes, our energy is affected by what we're consuming, our diet, our nutrition. A lot of people, they want to brush by it, they want to sweep it under the rug, they want to act like, hey, it doesn't matter what your diet is and this and that. That's not true. Our diet is important. Your nutrition is very important. You know, you can't just be trying to rely on taking some powders or protein or this or that. No, you got to go back to the basics about what you are eating, what you are consuming every single day. Not just for 1 week, not just for 1 month, not just for 3 days. I'm talking about consistently eating better. Yes, much love, Donnie. Speaking that facts, everything matters. It's significant. Yes, every moment, monitor yourself, you know, instead of trying to scroll all day and be distracted, you know, by all these commercials and stuff. You got to make sure you're eating right. You got to make sure you're cleansing yourself, purifying your body with clean substances, alkaline, electric cell food. This is science. I have ebooks. You can buy my ebooks on Amazon Kindle. You can check out my links. You can schedule a consultation. And you can even look up Dr. Sabi. That's one of my mentors. Dr. Sabi, he cured all diseases. He put out all the facts, all the science, all the advice. Yes, we got to make it a habit. We got to follow through with it. Much love, Donnie. You got the message. Most people, they don't want to put in that work, but the real people who's serious, we will go to the next level. We will live a better quality of life because we're actually serious about getting closer to God and detoxing our body. You know, health is wealth. They say that for a reason. It's not just all about lifting weights and trying to be all big and bad. Yeah, that's a part of it. Exercise with your body on the outside, but take care of the inside, your internal condition. Ask yourself, what am I doing to really revitalize my body? Am I putting trash and poison into my body, or am I putting real natural medicine into my body? So much love, Sky Blackwell, eternal authenticity. I'm moving forward with the rest of my day. Hit me up on Instagram, eternal authenticity. Check out my ebooks on Amazon Kindle. My links are below in this YouTube video description. Click the like button, like this video, and stay tuned. I'm uploading more YouTube videos, more live stream YouTube videos, and more just daily uploads to YouTube. I'm uploading more music, more podcasts. I have clothing, merchandise, apparel available now, consultations. I'm releasing a lot more positive, amazing content for the people. So I'm happy to serve. I'm happy to inspire. And I hope y'all have a great day. I'll see you very soon. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity. I'm out. Peace.